The world needs an array of technologies, of innovation. I would submit that the country, the region that innovates and that delivers these technologies will rule the world. And this is now a choice point. Yeah, it takes investment. Yeah, it takes intention. Do we have it? Because if we don't, I would submit the future, the industrial economic future for this country is fairly bleak. This is not a red or a blue issue. My friend Jim Woolsey used to run the CIA. He drives a plug-in hybrid car that he fuels off the solar panels on his roof. The bumper sticker on the back says, "Osama bin Laden hates my car." Jim is most assuredly not a liberal. He thinks this is a national security issue. I think he's right. So are we there yet? Sure, there's a lot of oil left in this country. There's a lot of oil in the Gulf, off Alaska, off Brazil. If the Hubbard theory is right, half the oil that was ever on Earth is still in the ground. But if the Hubbard theory is right, what we have run out of is not just oil. It is the ability to produce it at a cheap price point. The fact that we're drilling a mile deep chasing oil should give us pause. If we want to get off oil, it's cars, it's vehicles. Oh, and that helps solve the carbon problem as well. And we better do it because the transport sector is growing. Over the next 40 years, the global vehicle fleet is expected to quadruple. China will have, by 2050, as many cars on the road in China as there are cars in the world today. That's not going to happen. They're going to run out of land to grow rice if they pave it all over with freeways. There are other ways. In Copenhagen and Amsterdam, tens of thousands of people commute every day by bicycle in specially designed bicycle lanes. High-speed trains. How many kilometers of route of high-speed train do we have in this country? China is building 30,000 kilometers of high-speed train route. Oh, there's going to be one in, between Tampa and Orlando, I'm told. I guess we all need to get to Disney World faster. If you still want to drive a car, we know how to make them, then get 100 miles to the gallon, or my now beloved GM hybrid. There are other ways of fueling them. I was on the podium with Branson and Clinton when Branson announced that he's putting the profits of the Virgin Group into non-carbon fuel. And the media came running up and said, why? He said, look, we live in a carbon-constrained world. I run an airline. We're going to need fuel. I said, he's going to make a boatload of money. He's already flown a jet on quarter biodiesel. Air New Zealand has flown a jet on half-half biodiesel. You can home make the stuff, or you can do it industrially. Qatar, last fall, flew on natural gas. Well, they happen to have a lot of it. There are a lot of sources of fuel. My favorite are the lipid algae. There is still some innovation needed to figure out how to keep the little bitty algae from getting through the screens, but that's a technical problem. What's key is that we don't use unsustainable farming and forestry, which we do now, to try to load an additional burden on it of producing fuel. That will just collapse agriculture, which we may do anyway. It's critical that we make the transition to sustainable agriculture at the same time that we're coming up with new ways of producing fuel, or that we rethink the whole model. This is the only place in all the universe we know of where there is life. We're the only ones who can take care of it.